Hi, welcome to Chalk Couture. Today I'm going to show you really quickly just how easy it is to create with the chalk transfers. So the transfers come in different size packets. This one in particular will fit right onto this lovely Chalk Couture chalkboard. This is actually the beautiful board that comes in your starter kit, and I love it. It is so nice. It will clean up beautifully because mine I've been using for a long time. So when you get the transfers, you'll want to write on the back so that you know that is the back side. These transfers are sticky back silk screens, and they are amazing. So I'm just going to trim this one apart, and there's some little lines there that you can cut them apart with. And the reason we wrote on the back, it has a shiny side. That's the side you want to stick your transfer back to. These are reusable about a dozen times, so you want to know which side is the correct side. So on the back side, I always put a name. The front side, my transfer will stick back to. So this transfer has 3 different parts, and we're going to cut it apart so we can place it where we want. I would like the lettering to be at the top and the bicycle at the bottom. So we have it laid out kind of like we want, and here in just a moment we'll pull the backing sheet off. But first I want to show you their paste. So Chalk Couture creates their own paste product. It's a very thick product. You want it to be kind of the consistency of sour cream or yogurt. This is some of their beautiful new colors out of the spring and summer catalog 2020. Here's another beautiful color. So wisteria, and this is peony, and this one is citrus splash. So when you first open them, you're gonna see, just pull the little lid off, and it's gonna look kind of chunky, like let me think what would be like Cool Whip. But what you're gonna do is just take a little stir stick, anything plastic, and you can see it's gonna start mixing. You can see the liquid part in there. So this needs to be stirred up, that's all. And it will start to become just a smoother consistency as you stir it. And sometimes you may want to add a little spritz of water. So that's what this is, just distilled water. But you're going to just stir that up. I wanted you to see what one looked like straight out of just being open. So I'm going to give that a tiny spritz of water and just give it another stir or two. So it's normal for them to be a chunky consistency, a little bit thick, maybe not chunky but thick. So when you first take them out or open them up, I guess you're not taking them out, opening them up, you're going to just stir it good, and you can see it starts to get smoother. Well, you want this to be, it's going to be thick, and we like that, but we want it to be about like sour cream or yogurt. So I'm going to stir that so you can tell it just gets a little bit smoother. And what happens is just that it will go on, of course, and go through your silk screens beautifully. So we want it to be thick, and it is, so that's good. But you'll kind of get used to the consistency. If you think it's a little bit too thick, just give it another little spritz of water, a little bit at a time. So that's looking really good to me. So we're going to use this color for our bicycle. And you can mix colors, but for this video, I just want to show you the basics. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, let me set my paste over there, out of the way. So we have what is called a fuzzing cloth. You can use a towel, anything along those lines. The whole purpose is that when this transfer is new, it's very sticky. And so you're just going to peel it off and put your paper to the side, and then press it onto a towel, our fuzzing cloth. And what that does is it makes it a little less sticky, because when I put this down for the first time, it's going to really stick tightly to my board, and it might stretch when I try to peel it off. You know, kind of like a suction on a window almost. Okay, so that looks good. We're going to just set that aside. And I've got a little bit of paste up there already, but that's really not a big deal because these boards are completely washable. So we're going to just place it wherever you would like. And I usually press it down from the center. So I'm just going to press it down, and you can see the little silk screens in there. And that is what's going to give you all this beautiful detail. I'll show you close up on the next one because I meant to show you that right now. So I've got it pressed down. Now that's all I need to do. It is ready. I'm going to do this whole bicycle pink. If I wanted to take my time and do different parts, you totally can. But for this demonstration, I just want to show you how to get started. So we're going to just take a little bit of the pink paste, and I know that's quite a bit, but we're going to put a lot of it back into the jar, and we are just going to swipe across, hold your squeegee kind of up, kind of tall, and you're going to just move that paste around. I'm not pressing hard. I am just swiping across and letting it go through my beautiful silk screens so that it is doing all the work. I am just moving my paste around. So now I'm going to come back and I'm going to take off any extra. You don't want those thick blobs of paste on there, and besides it would waste your product. So I just come back until that's pretty smooth. I can see that I have everything covered, and then I'm going to peel from side to side or top to bottom so that my transfer doesn't stretch. So let me peel up this one side a little bit and get it started. And I want you to see just how stinking cute that is. I love it. This is my favorite part. So you just peel that off. This is going to be like a soap and water cleanup. So some people just clean with water. That's fine too. A lot of times I'll add just a tiny bit of soap to it. So I'm going to just set that aside though for now. So look how cute, and the detail is amazing, amazing. So this is going to be a very quick DIY, you guys. So the next thing we're going to do is our lettering. And we're going to do the same thing. We just peeled it off the backing. I almost forgot to show you that completely. And we're going to do the same thing with the cloth. Now meanwhile, this is going to be drying. It'll dry in about 10 minutes. And then if you want to do something else on it or beside it, it'll be ready to dry. It'll be ready to dry. It'll be ready to go. It will be dry. So we're going to just peel that off. And now we're going to place this one up on top. It's not going to overlap our bicycle, so we are just going to put it right up here wherever we want. We could go sideways with it. We could go however we want. I'm just going to go right across the top with it. Maybe over to the left just a little bit more than to the right. Off center it just a little bit. And again, we're just pressing that same thing down. I'm going to hold this up a little bit closer to the camera because all the little bitty tiny marks in there like you see in here, that's in our silk screen. So that's not an open cut. That is not something that you can stick your finger through. It has a screen there. So very much like screen printers. You press that back down. And so it's not going to just, this is what keeps it from going just like bleeding under or anything like that. It just stays nice, stays beautiful, dries to the touch, and this can be totally touchable, but we can also wipe it off. So on the chalkboard, again and again, you can do the same thing. You can use it on different things. Change your chalkboard out seasonally. And again, we're going to just swipe across, holding our squeegee up at just a little bit of an angle and putting all of our extra back. Going back and taking off any that is not needed. You just want a nice thin coat until you can see your transfer again. And then before it dries, that's key, you want to peel this off. So as soon as you finish with the paste, you want to just go ahead and pull that up and peel it off so that your design dries on your chalkboard. Ah, look how cute. They make the most gorgeous designs. I just love it. So if you want to, you can take a heat gun or a hair dryer and you can dry this and it will be dry really quick. I can already tell this is drying, so I'm not going to mess with that. And once it dries, if we want, we can put our little hearts on there. This was the third piece that was in that transfer. And again, just stick it to a cloth and fuzz it a little bit. This can go in the basket. It can go where it's coming out of the basket. It cannot, you know, it doesn't even have to go on here. You can use as many or whichever that you want of the transfers. I love to mix and match the transfers. This to me is kind of cute up here with it together, but also I like it just like that. So that's how we're going to leave that one tonight. And that is totally it. This will dry. You'll be able to touch it, rub it, and it won't come off. This transfer, since you can see now the silk screen's through there, the transfer I'll just clean up, use it again about 10 to 12 times. Create with it. If you want to use your transfer on fabric, just choose our ink. We have a lot of beautiful ink colors as well. So that is our DIY. I can touch that little spritz right there with some water and wipe that up. When you want to change this out, simply spray it with water, wipe it off. We do have a little board eraser, but you can also just use a cloth. Wipe it off and it's ready for you to do again. So thanks for watching. Have a great night and let us know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.